Marker companion review, guys. Get right to it. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I'm your host, Ryan D, aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela, that Kelly Ange.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. You know what to do, guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to us on our Alamo City Movie Talk page. And do not forget to hit that little bell notification to get notified for our movie reviews and trailer reactions. Let's get right to it. What are we talking about today, Angela?
We are talking about the pleasure movie, or I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. We are talking about the movie we had the pleasure of seeing on Regal's Mystery Monday.
Mystery Monday, let's go.
Yeah, we kind of getting back in this thing of it. It's the new year.
Yeah.
But we got the pleasure of seeing Companion early. So Companion is a billionaire's death sets off a chain of events for Iris and her friends during a weekend trip to his lakeside estate. And so I think we got a small trailer like once beforehand a while ago, a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
A poster. And it was interesting. And I will say, I wouldn't know how to categorize it, like an action thriller in a sense, but it was completely wild. Like, I think it was a wild ride. It was so much fun to watch. Mm-hmm. The story and the plot were just really thought-provoking because it's basically like an AI companion in a sense. Yeah. And, you know, when you really think about it, it's not that far-fetched given our current, you know, state of technology. And I thought it was a really interesting concept to see that come to life in this film. And I love the cast. Let me phrase it. I had, you know, you're going to recognize a lot of faces, you know, Jack Quaid, Harvey, I think it's Gain. But my gosh, the main star, Sophie Thatcher, she was phenomenal as Iris. I will say I cannot praise her enough. I think she did such a great job. Yeah. And I really enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought I would, actually. I think we've had a couple AI movies in the past and they've all been enjoyable, but this one is really top notch, I gotta say.
You know, this movie, if you were to mix Megan and Black Mirror, this would be that movie. I have to really mix those together because this is what this movie is. You know, it's a psychological thriller. It's not horror, I would say. I would definitely not. No. It's definitely not in my point of opinion.
It has some
but again,
scenes,
it has those horror elements. It does, but it's more relies on the psychological thriller and the more thriller aspect of it, if you will. It's when it's even IMDb has dark comedy, psychological thriller, and sci-fi and thriller. There you go. See, there you go. So I guess the sci-fi would be the more sense of like how the robot works and everything. So we know there's a companion. We know that we know the premise kind of the story, but it does give you for a loop. There is a big climax here that I thought it was big, and it's just very shocking. I was pleasantly surprised, very shocked at the moment when the big reveal was and everything. And so you really get drawn into this world where there's companions now, and how therapy could be a sense of that. And we talked about it off camera. Was that what if you hire a companion just to be with you because if you're not sociable and stuff like that. So it's not, like you already said, it's not a far-fetched story for one. For two, it's a very convincing story. Mm-hmm. And it's a very drawn out plan algorithm, if you will, right?
Yeah, like I feel like in 30, 40, 50 years,
maybe even less than that.
Probably even less than that. It could be a thing because technology has advanced and will continue advancing. And exactly. I think that's what makes this story so appealing.
Yes. And it definitely was intrigued for me, especially because I just really did. I was drawn in by that concept and drawn in by like what's going to happen here. There's something going on. There's a mystery or something that's happening here, and you really get drawn into it. And I love that. And the elements and everything of the AI. I'm always sucked into anything AI. Even the movie that came out with AI last year, it was about an Alexa that gone rogue, and it was the Alexa. It was almost as similar to Alexa, and I sucked into that world. I'm drawn into that. It gathers my attention so much when it comes to every single movie like this where a bad robot. I mean, come on, we grew up with Terminator. We grew up with movies like this.
It's not even like that far fetched either, because I remember there's a Disney Channel movie that was somewhat a similar premise, less horror, more comedy. But it was basically like an AI is supposed to help kind of be a housewife in a sense. And
I remember that.
Yeah,
yes,
and
yes.
I think Kathy Siegel plays the
Yeah.
AI thing. So it's not like we've had this idea for
a very long time.
Very long time. But I liked seeing how we're like fine tuning. The technology just keeps advancing. It's really mind blowing how advanced this companion is. And I think it was really cool to see. And the story, like I said, is very interesting. There were not a lot, but there were some gore scenes. I think they were done beautifully.
Yeah.
All in all, it was a really well done film. The cinematography, the way it was shot, the cast was phenomenal. I will say, I gotta give it props where props are due. Smart House.
1999 when it came out. I was trying to look for it.
1999. It's been what, like 26 years?
26 years, yeah.
But again, it's like we've had this dating back before then, like
even before then, Terminator.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
Skynet.
It's just an interesting idea that I think is going to appeal to a lot of people as we
100%,
progress more
100%.
along down the line. So
Guaranteed.
Again, and it was done very well. I cannot stress that enough. So the story was good, the plot was good. Like you say, there are some unpredictable moments. Again, I cannot stress how fantastic the cast was. I got to give it props again to Sophie Thatcher and then also Lucas Gage, who plays the other companion. He was really great too.
Yeah, going back to this movie and everything, we saw like how the plot really thickens in a way, and also we get a sense to where the director, this movie was actually directed not bad. I mean, in my point of opinion, I think he did a good job. I really enjoyed this movie. It was directed very well. It was very simple. It became, at first I thought they were going to give this story out plot or planned, and I thought it was gonna be more longer than usual, and then I didn't look at the runtime, so maybe that helped. I don't know, but regardless though, it's whatever happens very quickly, so it's just, it really draws you into like, this is it, all right, and then boom, something happens, and then boom, something happens, and then boom, it just keeps going on and on and on, which I really did enjoy, and it kept you entertained.
Yeah, and the flow,
at least it did for me.
The flow was very nice. Like I said, it wasn't too long of a movie. I think it was perfect, really good runtime.
Yeah,
gave us just enough backstory to understand what was going on.
Yeah.
You didn't need this whole drawn out backstory plot thing. Nope,
exactly.
Short, sweet, to the point. And it really got down to the good stuff.
Directed by Drew Hancock and everything. So he's done a few. I know you're not gonna like this show, but Blue Mountain State, I love. He's one of the staff writers there. I love. It's such a guy show. It's ridiculous. It's the comedy behind it, and he really get. It's funny that I saw that, because there was a lot of funny moments in here where I was just laughing, and I would just.
There were funny moments. Yeah, it was like a dark comedy. Yeah, I guess.
Especially a Jack Quaid scene. We won't mention it, but it's just such a hilarious moment.
But Jack Quaid is just funny in general. Like, and I don't.
I mean, he's played so many different characters. He's played the anti-hero. He's played the what do you call it? Like not the villain, and then he's played the villain in Scream. So it was definitely interesting to see. He kills it. I mean, I enjoy watching him on camera, and he just seems so natural. Just seems like a natural. It's almost like it runs in the family.
I know both. Yeah, his dad and uncle are pretty prominent actors,
and they're both great. Dennis Quaid, phenomenal actor.
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid as well. Yeah. Anyways, going back to this and everything. So I had a great time watching him, and also Sophia. She did good, man.
And I didn't know that she was in Yellow Jackets. I've heard that show is really good. She's been in Yellow Jackets since 2001. So I thought that's really cool to see it. It makes me want to see her in that, because I really enjoyed her performance. She so great.
Yeah.
And so again, I can't wait to see her in anything new that she's coming in. The rest of the cast too, Harvey, Lucas, Rupert Friend also. I think he was in there too. So again, I just cannot say enough good things. I really hope people give it a chance. It's not too far-fetched. Like, I thought it's not completely weird, but I think
Harvey,
if you love the
isn't he from
he's from a lot of things.
What is he from? He's from that show you've been wanting me to watch, and she's been begging me to finish and everything.
We'll be doing the Shadows.
Yes, that's what it is.
But he also is in Puss in Boots' Last Wish. He voices the dog. Yes, he's just a beautiful soul.
Funny, man. He is hilarious. He knows comedy.
Hilarious.
He knows comedy.
He's so funny.
They picked a good pick right there, I would say. Good job.
And he's great. Yeah. But again, I can't wait to see what else the cast does in the future.
Oh yeah.
I hope people give this a chance.
I think they will. It's a very intriguing story. It's a very drawn story, especially in a world where AI is just all the top on the point of news.
We're kind of headed in that direction with AI.
AI is around. It's not going anywhere. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. But ratings, 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest, Angela, what do you give this rating?
I'll give it a solid 8, because
nice.
It was a really good flow. Action was done good. The gore scenes, there wasn't too many, but they were done really well. the movie for me wasn't predictable that much, which I really enjoy.
Yeah.
And it boils down to a really good story that was executed very well.
Okay, so I'm going to say 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest and everything. I'm going to have to say a solid 8.5 just because I didn't predict anything. I thought it was going to go one way. It actually takes a turn for the worst for the characters. And then also we got a lot of development with the main AI companion, of course, and even with Jack as well. But Sophie, she did a good job as well. So it just, I really enjoyed their chemistry together, and I enjoyed how I was suckered into believing the situation. And I love that. I love it when I'm just like, I was wrong. And I really enjoy that more so. And I think I enjoy more movies like that because it's very unpredictable and the story just plans out the way you thought it would, and it doesn't. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. But this is a good film. I cannot recommend this enough. To go see this in a movie theater. Do not wait till streaming. Go see this in a movie theater. Go spend that money at the movie ticket and go see it. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, as always, I'm your host, Ryan D. aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela and
this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much, and hopefully we'll see you at the movies. Latest.